What are some interesting life hacks for saving money? Try buying reusable objects in place of single-use ones. It's better for your wallet and environment. Steel water bottles, reusable K-cups, dish towels instead of paper towels, etc. Over time the costs of little things really add up. Water bottles are a huge one. They don't even have to be steel. Companies' events may give plastic sports bottles away for free and those can work fine until you can afford an insulated or metal one. Don't buy something that you normally wouldn't buy just because you have a coupon. My mom would always say, "You'll go broke saving money." When at the grocery, look at the price of or whatever unit it is instead of the total price. It's usually posted in one corner. It's not going to save you tons of money, but it does add up. Plus it takes out the guesswork when comparing similar items. Yes, people so often overlook unit price. It matters, even if it does cost more to buy a larger jar of instant coffee. For example, that's still cheaper than buying the same jar at the rate of the smaller one. If you can buy a tool to complete a repair for the same price as the repair itself, buy the tool and repair it for free next time. I try to cost things as portions of better, or more fulfilling things, that is. A coffee is 1 stroke 10 of a new game, 10 meals out is a weekend away, etc. I've also heard to relate it to your hourly rate. So if you make $15 an hour, you ask yourself if the Starbucks is really worth 20 minutes of your time. I've found as my hourly rate goes up, that's much less effective though. Always eat before going food shopping. Only drinking water is a solid one. Soda at restaurants or other drinks add up a lot. That, and if you drink coffee, brew it at home instead of buying it. Learn how to log into your online banking system and review your statement regularly. You'll see how quickly money flows out for coffee, snacks, and unnecessary purchase. Also set a budget and stick to IT. Adding on to this, I set up something called Roundup automatically online through my bank, whereby every purchase I make with my main account is rounded up to the nearest dollar, then that difference is deposited into my savings account. It's worth checking to see if your bank does this as well, as I'll end up saving an extra $20 or $30 a month without noticing. Not much of a hack, but cook your meals at home. I am the laziest butthole on earth, and as a result, I was spending like $20 per day on food just to avoid cooking. You don't realize how it adds up. Even if you just bring your lunch to work every day, it makes a huge difference. I'm still a lazy butthole, but now I just cook a big batch of very basic, simple recipes throughout the week and eat them over a few days. Sunday meal prep is great if you're lazy or just always too tired to be bothered with cooking after work. I'm the latter a lot of the time. Even if you just make something like a big batch of chili you can eat 2-3 nights, it makes it less daunting. If you can avoid it, never take out a payday loan. If I were president, governor, or even mayor, I would ban payday lending as far as my reach would allow. There is absolutely nothing right with it. I don't smoke but live my financial life as a smoker, meaning every Monday I transfer the sum of 1 week's worth of cigarettes to my savings account. If people that earn less than me can afford smoking, so can I. This is a great idea. My husband and I used to smoke, but gave it up for our health and because it was ADJ expensive. That savings disappears quickly to other things. I will have to start doing this. Easy one: buy your own modem. You can get a good one from Amazon for $100. Internet companies charge you $10 to $12 a month to rent yours. Buy your own, return the rented one to internet company, and get that charge removed from your bill. Pays for itself in under a year. Get yourself a library card. It's not just books, but also movies, workshops, education, software, computer time, music. I've probably saved thousands on all sorts of crap. If it weren't for the library, I probably wouldn't have been introduced to awesome books like American Gods, The Way of Kings, All Systems Down, or The Road. Having fun isn't hard when you've got a library card. Also, I loved All Systems Down and American Gods. I don't spend $1 bills. I collect them in a box, and at the end of the year I usually have a few $100s. I save every $5 bill that I have at the end of the day. I started in January and have saved almost $3,000 since. If you have any land whatsoever and you aren't growing at least some your own food, plant a fruit tree, etc. You are really missing out. We got 20-ish raspberry canes at an end of season auction last year for $1 each. They saved me at least $200 in the first year alone, and they are spreading nicely, filling out the space I planted them in. I was pulling in 100 tomatoes every day at one point this summer. My freezer is full of free soups and bags of frozen tomatoes. I saved seed, heirlooms, and from here on out, I get free tomato plants forever. If you mulch them heavy with wood chips, they are almost no work. You can make your own compost really easy. It's all a lot less work than you think, and totally free money. Plus, fresh raspberries, tomatoes, peaches, strawberries, they are life-changing. The crap in the store is hollow, tasteless garbage. This year alone, I bet I saved at least $2k from food I grew, with zero inputs other than a few hours to drop some compost down, plant, mulch, then pick now and then. Look at store-branded food items. Do you really think Safeway, Kroger, Dollar General, Costco, and Walmart all have independent tuna canning facilities? No, they're sourcing the product from of the big three, or however many facilities that supply the name brand. This goes for the majority of store-branded items. Make it a game to find out who has what national name product as their store brand product. If there is an Aldi in the area, they have good crap too. I can fill a cart for under $100, and I mean filled. Learn to cook 4 or 5 reliably delicious recipes will go a long way. Don't buy the cheapest option. Often the middle-priced option will be the best value. Things that are too cheap are worth what you paid for them. Me. Oh, I'm always broke. Maybe I'll find some great useful tips here. Also me. Literally all you have to do is stop eating out every goddamn day and pounding beers for no goddamn reason. Literally. That's it. That's the only thing you have to do. Buy second hand. Today I have secured myself a solid pine desk for my daughter's room. No marks or damage. For £10. And a worn once 3-piece navy suit for my son to wear at our wedding next year. Also for £10. I buy maybe 80% of my stuff second hand. I bide my time, wait for a bargain, and I have saved so much money over the years. Congratulations on your upcoming wedding. I'm sure you and your son make a gorgeous couple. Pay your savings account immediately and treat it like a bill. Each check $100, $400, $50, whatever you can afford gets put away no matter what. Educate yourself on finance as well. The best way to save money is to be savvy about it in first place. P.S. The amount that they tell you put away, 10%, is not nearly enough. That's what I do with my Roth IRA. It comes right out of my paycheck so I don't really notice it. I am about to visit my financial advisor and start investing it. It has grown a substantial amount with just my contributions and I barely even noticed. I have a friend who, at the end of each pay period, moves whatever she has in checking into savings. It doesn't matter if she's got $5 or $50 in the account. It goes into savings the night before payday. This is great until something hits your account right at the sweet spot after you're transferred everything over. I like to keep a safety net in checking. Could be $500 or whatever and everything over that you transfer over. Making one extra payment on your mortgage per year will reduce a 30-year mortgage to roughly 17 years. Live below your means. The ultimate money saving tip. Acting broke. Trust me, nothing helps you save more than acting broke. And there is a way to do that without becoming a mooch. Eat at home if your friends have a dinner plan at an expensive place. Pre-game if you're going clubbing. And if anyone asks you why aren't you eating, drinking, coming for that vacation, just say you're broke. I learned this the hard way, because I remember becoming a recluse and slowly stopped socializing just because my friends always had these extravagant and expensive plans and I realized it really started weighing down on me. But eventually I learned that there was no shame in wanting to save money being broke and definitely none in saying so. Honestly, this is great advice. Encouraging your friends to do low-cost alternatives is a win-win. My friends and I have been having pizza making parties instead of going out to eat together. Each of us brings some toppings and we end up paying like $1 each to enjoy a meal together. When buying online, Leave items in the shopping cart for a while. There is a good chance that the website is tracking this and will lower the price over time to entice you into buying. I've saved a lot by being patient. Like when I got a surround sound amp for $350 that was listed everywhere for $450 to $500, just by leaving it in the online shopping cart for a week. This also gives you time to decide if you really want it. The amount of things that I have forgotten about or had little interest in buying later is amazing. Buy defective clothes. They're usually way cheaper than regular clothes and most of the time you can't even tell what's wrong with them. Usually it's just something like the arms being marginally too long or a pattern that was from last season. And even then most people can't tell what's from this and previous seasons. Separate crap out. Use multiple bank accounts. Use one for bills money. Use one for rent, mortgage, whatever. Use one for recurring bills. Gas, car payment, insurance, bills, etc. You know one easy way to not accidentally blow your rent money on dumb crap? Keep it separate from your go party with Jeff on a Friday night money. Usually paychecks are issued every 2 weeks while bills are monthly. You have to pay bills 12 times a year but you get paid 26 times a year. So every year you get 2 extra paychecks. Don't spend that money. Use it to pay off debt or put it in the bank. I was getting paid weekly at my last job and it was beautiful. I would pay all my bills with the first check and everything else went straight into savings. I ended up saving like 40% of my salary. Dollar store bleach, dollar store vinegar, dollar store cleaning products, dollar store air freshener. I splurge on Dawn with moisturizer. My skin thanks me for it. Dawn is also one of the few name brand products that I find is better than off brands. Be so depressed you can't go outside for non-essential activities. Can't overspend on your food budget if you don't have any interest in eating tap's head. Learning how to cook pasta, rice and beans, soups, stews, polenta, grits, etc. Really anything that costs very little and can feed a huge family. You save insane amounts of money, even if you are frugal in terms of buying cheaper things from stores. For example, $5 Sandwich. For that same $5 you can make pasta with butter, cheese, and peas for the whole family, or make beef stew with barley. Chuck roast is really cheap and delicious in a stew. If you're in the US and have children in daycare, you can deduct up to $5,000 per year tax-free. My wife's company offers a flexible spending account for this, and they don't reimburse until she turns in receipts. She doesn't ever turn in receipts until late November, early December, so every year around Christmas, we get an extra $5 paycheck. Store brand over-the-counter medications. Allergy meds, Pepto-Bismol, Tums, Martarin, Aleve, Tylenol. You name it, there is a store brand equivalent that is guaranteed to be at least 75% cheaper than the name brand. Just look at the ingredients, they are all the same. Most of them are just Target, CVS, Rite Aid, etc. Buying time on a name brand company's manufacturing process to make their own version of the same drug for less. Call around for car insurance. Do it right now. I was with Safeco the last 8 years, and happy I was paying less than in previous years. Just called around again after moving and found out I was paying roughly 2.5x what I should have been. It was like over $1,500 more a year. I feel like I've been had. Don't drink. Alcohol is a money drain. Alternatively, work at a brewery. Free beer. Don't use your main checking account for non-essentials. Give yourself a cash allowance each week. Set it to whatever you find comfortable, and only spend that. Once it's gone, and you have to wait until next week. It really helps with budgeting. You know exactly how much you're spending on non-essentials, and you don't need to track every penny. Rice is really cheap and can be really tasty. Have a side of rice with a lot of homemade meals to really round it out with basically no cost. Same with some simple sauteed veggies. Very low cost, quite healthy and tasty. Don't have kids. If you're buying something, for example, deodorant, if there is a value pack versus a singular package one, look at the weights and prices of each. It shouldn't be hard to do the math. And CO the single one is $1 Oz but the value pack is $1.20 Oz. Just ran into this yesterday at the grocery store. Did you just get a raise? Put that amount into savings if you already have it. A couple $100 a month is nice, but you'll probably not notice is week to week. 10% of your paycheck goes into a savings account and 20% to debts. The remainder stays in your checking account to pay bills and entertain yourself. Be disciplined and stick to the plan. If you can, increase the savings percent. When you have enough savings to fulfill an emergency fund, start investing. Calculate if you can afford things using these constraints, and if you can't, then don't purchase them. Not exactly a life hack, but this plan will make you wealthy. You have been visited by the IT lizard. Upvote or experience bad internet for a month. Thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.